Mark Spector standing by with Gene Principe. And guys, as we understand it, the Battle of Alberta just got faster.
Yeah, Jeff, interestingly enough, earlier this season when Detroit was in town, Andreas Athanasiou, so I'll have to work on the name, said that he really enjoyed watching the Edmonton Oilers and watching Connor McDavid. Well, now he'll watch him up close. I mean, first off, let's get your reaction to acquiring a player like this by Ken Holland.
Well, the Oilers' group of forwards as a group of 12 aren't fast enough. So whoever was acquired today had to have speed to bring that general, overall speed up. That's the first thing. The second thing is, if you watched the game last night in LA, you saw Connor McDavid, probably the best player in the world at this point, playing with Sam Gagner in his left side and Alex Chiasson on the right side. So nothing against those two players, but they're bottom six players, generally speaking, and they need a guy who can, Athanasiou has been a 15 to 20 goal guy in his career. Play with McDavid, that turns into 25 goals. But he can skate in an elite fashion, and B, now you push when James Neal comes down or comes back. James Neal goes down to your third line. You're a better team when Neal's on your third line than when he's on your first line.
Well, Zach Kassian's been on Connor McDavid's line. James Neal's been there. Do you think if, in Neal's case, he hadn't been hurt, that this deal wouldn't have been as necessary as maybe Ken Holland eventually decided that it was?
That's fair. I think that we've seen with James Neal at this point in his career, Gino, is that he's a really effective power play guy. He's got 19 goals, the vast majority on the power play. Doesn't keep up anymore in a 5-on-5 situation. So I think they'd always wanted to upgrade the speed. And think of the guys, Gene, that have played with Connor McDavid and had career years, right? Alex Chiasson had career numbers with him. Pat Maroon had career numbers with him. Zach Kassian had career numbers with him. So I'm not saying Athanasiou is the perfect player, but he's a guy that can put the puck in the net and he can keep up. We'll see where his 15 to 20 goals turns into next to number 97.
Well, Jeff, Ken Holland now making 2 consecutive deals with the Detroit Red Wings. The first guy, Mike Green, is expected here around 4:35 this afternoon. We'll see if Andreas Athanasiou will be with him as well, arriving from Detroit.
It sounded like me when I was covering junior hockey and he popped up on the radar with the London Knights and we all scrambled to our pronunciation, guys. How do you say this name? But yes, Gene, it's Andreas Athanasiou, and now a member of the Edmonton Oilers alongside Louis DeBrusk, Bruce Boudreau, and Brian Burke. And this is Ken Holland going back to Detroit for the second time in 12 hours here. And you've talked before about doing deals with general managers you're comfortable with, and certainly that's true for Ken Holland and Steve Yzerman.
Yeah, they're comfortable to do deals together. You find trading partners, but also he knows this player very well. And the same thing I said about Mike Green, I'm not sure how much he can contribute. I think Ken Holland would be in a better position than I to make that evaluation. All I can tell you about Athanasiou is he makes both teams dangerous. This is a guy who's, he had speed for sure, but he is not a fanatic about defense, I can tell you that. And so this one, I'll give Kenny the benefit of the doubt. They definitely got faster, but this guy is not a defender.
Okay, Bruce, so he's not going to win the Selke Trophy, but how does he help the Oilers?
Well, I mean, the speed, they're going to be pushing defense back all the time. And I think playing against, when you've got Connor in the middle here, you're playing against team's best defensive players, so you're not really worried about them scoring goals as much as when he was with Detroit, where they would put the best offensive line against him and they'd have more success. So I think it's going to work out. I mean, just if Connor's skating full speed and this guy can keep up to him, how do you check him?
Yeah, he can keep up to him for sure.
Louis, he may just be flat out the fastest skater in the NHL. I think in traffic, that's Connor McDavid going away, but straight line?
Well, this is going to be the first time that Connor McDavid has a running mate that can actually keep up to him and be right there with him and be on the doorstep waiting for those backdoor tap-ins. Listen, Connor's done a great job with the line mates that he's had, but to throw in Athanasiou right on his left-hand side there with the speed that he possesses, this guy's already scored 30 goals in the league last year. He's going to come in here. You talk about the speed, though, throughout this lineup. For Kenny Holland, Nygaard gets added, Archibald gets added, Athanasiou now, Yamamoto, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. This team has gotten speedier over the course of this year, and Athanasiou is a guy that I know they were targeting. They wanted him for sure. Now that the Draisaitl, Yamamoto, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins has been carrying the load for a while now, McDavid's back, they had to find someone to play with him. They found someone to play with him.
You guys care much about plus minus?
On a bad team, everyone's going to be minus, but maybe 1 or 2 guys.
Dash 45 for Athanasiou. Do you read anything into that or just say playing with Detroit?
No. I don't care what your number is. Dash 45 is a big number. But I think players hate looking at it. It's on every stat sheet when we're looking at the game lineup here. And I think if you've got a team and somebody's plus 20 and somebody on the same team is minus 20, that's a definite difference. So, I mean, you don't put a lot of context into it, but it's still something that's out there that you'd like to have guys on the plus side more than the minus side.
Rivaled only by Rico Fata in 2:03:04 at a dash 46.
Same speed, though.
That's a big number.
Quick,
That is a big
quick
number.
player, great foot speed.
Yeah,
Good point by you.
Rico was
Bruce
really
Boudreau.
fast, so
We'll
he
see what
just, thank God there were boards.